Hi, and welcome to Keys to the Crown, presented by Crown Royal. I'm Erin Summers, joined by NFL Network fantasy football expert Marcas Grant. Marcas, we are very close to the playoffs as far as fantasy football is concerned. At this point, position-wise, what are some of the players that you want to see off of your bench and backup roles, and who would you like to kind of get into your bench as far as positions go?
Well, I think one guy that maybe should get off the bench or maybe even off the waiver wire right now is Van Jefferson for the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, this is a guy who has kind of been the third receiver all year long. Even when Odell Beckham came, they lost Robert Woods, and Jefferson has continued to be pretty successful. And you want guys that are part of a big dynamic passing game, and that's what they've got in Los Angeles. So he should definitely be on your roster, maybe even in your starting lineup. I would say a couple other guys, though, that you want to add to your roster right now. You want to think about adding depth at running back. So if you have a top-notch running back, you want to try to protect that guy as much as possible. So that means, if you've got a guy like Jonathan Taylor, for instance, in Indianapolis, maybe Marlon Mack or Nyheim Hines could be a nice backup for you. If you've got Darrell Henderson for the Rams, Sony Michel's a nice option. I mean, we've seen Christian McCaffrey go down. We've seen Dalvin Cook, have to deal with an injury right now. So right now, if you are in position to make the playoffs or you're already locked into a playoff spot, this is the time of year you want to start kind of adding that insurance just in case one of your top line players suffers an injury.
Looking at the Panthers, they made a move with their offensive coordinator going from Joe Brady to Jeff Nixon. Players-wise, does that change anything, fantasy football numbers, with the difference in personnel?
Well, I think what it may mean is more opportunities for Cam Newton to run the football, which is sort of the reason we really like him in fantasy. One of the frustrations reportedly Matt Rule had was that the Panthers weren't running the ball as much as he would have liked. So with this change, I expect to see them be more ground-based. So that means more opportunities for Cam Newton to run the football. And I think Chuba Hubbard, who I mentioned Christian McCaffrey being gone, Chuba Hubbard is sort of the next man up in that backfield. That could mean more opportunities for him to get the ball as well.
And looking at the Saints' next matchup, they're playing at the Jets. Matchup-wise, who do we start, sit, and maybe a sleeper for that one?
Well, I think we stick with the Saints running backs. They have been pretty much good to us most of the year. I know last week was kind of tough. I think they're staying away, though, from the Jets running backs. They've had some issues. They've had some injuries. Michael Carter going down was a big blow for them. But whoever it may be, whether it's Tevin Coleman, Ty Johnson, whomever, I think you stay away from them this week against that tough Saints front. And potentially a sleeper is Juwan Johnson. This is maybe a deeper sleeper, but everybody is sort of hurting at the tight end position. And what you just want is a guy who can get a couple of targets, maybe one in the end zone. And I think Juwan Johnson could fit that bill this week.
All right, great stuff. Thank you, Marcas, so much. Again, I'm Erin Summers, and this has been Keys to the Crown, presented by Crown Royal.